So when I first started watching YouTube, my favorite kind of video to watch years ago was transformation videos and videos on fitness and nutrition and health and what I eat in a day and all of those really fitnessy, fun videos with girls who I felt like, I could aspire to be. I just thought they were amazing. The only thing now looking back, and the problem that I have with it today, is that it is so hard to tell who is legit from who is not, for better lack of a word, right? So today I thought we could do a little sit down chit chat on how to trust an influencer or a blogger or a health coach, how to figure out who's legit, who to take health advice from, and who just to watch for entertainment purposes. So I wrote a little list of things that can help you kind of be more aware of what is good advice and what might be good to listen to versus things that are just not a good idea to follow, or kind of like those major red flags when you're following someone to look out for. So I'd also be really curious to know, before we jump into this video, from you guys, like, what are your favorite kinds of things to watch on YouTube? Like, what are you guys watching these days? What do you like to consume? Like, when you go to YouTube, what do you type in the search bar? What do you look for? And what kind of videos do you like following? Do you like vlogs? Do you like what I eat in a day? I'd just be curious to hear what our community is really into as well. Okay, so the very first and probably most obvious tip that I have for this video is just check their certifications. So I'm sure that you guys already know this, but check the certifications of the person that you're following if you are planning on taking their advice. Anyone that is giving away health advice, nutrition, or fitness advice should have a certification from an accredited institution, such as the National Academy of Sports Medicine, or ACE, or if it's nutrition, Precision Nutrition. There are a bunch. Integrative. Just make sure, just look them up, like see if they have a website. I would Google their name, see if it's in their bio on their YouTube channel or bio on their Instagram handle, or send them a DM. I mean, that's the last resort, but just make sure they have some kind of education and that they're really know what they're talking about. Of course, there are lots of certified individuals that have literally no idea what they're talking about still, just because they might not have experience yet, or they might not be following current research. But a good rule of thumb is just always check and see, okay, do they have any actual formal education on this topic, or are they just blogging about their own personal experience, which can be so different from person to person. From there, understanding what their certification gives them the ability to teach is important too. So for example, I'm really careful about this. I am a certified personal trainer. I'm also a certified nutritionist. And I know that the scope of my nutrition coaching is limited, right? So I'm not a medical doctor, and I'm never going to be able to diagnose or treat or give advice that goes out of the scope of just general health information. I can work with healthy individuals on nutrition and their diet and digestion, these types of things, but I can't work with someone, say for example, who has a diagnosed disorder, or say they have an eating disorder, or say they have something else, and anything, PCOS, whatever. I cannot say, let me treat your PCOS through food. That's definitely not my realm. That is also why in my programs we have a registered dietitian on our staff, so that we can take that team approach and share the work and come at it with two different perspectives, two different brains, and so that if someone does have a medical concern, it can be addressed legally and properly, and give them the best help they can get with someone like a doctor who really knows what they're doing. So after you check their certification, just make sure that you check what their scope of work is and if they're acting and giving advice within the scope of their ability. Okay, now begins a very long list of red flags. I don't know why I put that in quotation marks. It's just plain red flags. Things that just, like you see it, and if you're a health coach or you're if you're in the industry, you're just like, oh my gosh, I really hope someone doesn't follow that advice because it's not gonna lead you down a good path. So I have a long list of red flags that we're gonna go through right now. The biggest one, hands down, is coaches promising quick fixes, short-term solutions, like magical answers to things, like growing a booty, like a 4-week booty program. Like, yes, you can work your butt for 4 weeks and stimulate muscle growth and get stronger, but you're not gonna have a bubble butt in 4 weeks, right? That type of muscle building takes years to have like that. If you know what I'm talking about, those pictures you see on Instagram, those women have been lifting for years, and if they tell you otherwise, they're straight up lying to you, with the exception of women who just genetically do have more fat in that area or just have larger bums. Like that's the only exception. So anyone promising really quick results, really fast, like you're gonna lose 40 pounds in 1 month, that would be way unsafe to do. I'm not even sure it can be done in a healthy way. I know it can't be done in a healthy way, but I'm not sure it can be done period in a way that wouldn't kill you. Like that would just be an insane rate of fat loss, or weight loss rather. So anything that's telling you can achieve a lot in a short period of time is going to be giving you recommendations that are not only unsafe, but will set you up for a really hard time coming back from it or maintaining that result later. So either it's like really restrictive dieting, low calorie intake, or high amounts of cardio, probably both if they're promising like a really big result. So just red flags are quick results. I know we're like a quick, gratification world now. We want things now, but with your health, you deserve to really put the time and effort into a long-term strategy that will last the rest of your life and make you feel good from the inside out, not like a weight loss pill that promises to lose belly fat by tomorrow, or a detox tea that does the same thing or says that you're not gonna be bloated anymore. A lot of these promises, I mean, they can just make claims. They don't have to be approved by the FDA. People can say whatever they want. So just let your brain, like that little voice in your head that's like, this sounds amazing, but then the little voice behind that's like, this sounds like a scam. Like listen to the scam, because it is straight up a scam. Okay, another huge red flag for me, at least, it might not mean that they're completely unqualified, but it should be like a sign you should dig deeper. If they are pushing tons of products, tons of supplements, and like they say you need these supplements to get results. First of all, you don't need any supplements, BCAAs, pre-workout, protein supplements. You don't need these to get a good result. You can get absolutely amazing results without adding tons of products to your regimen. Typically when you see, and this is just like a little kind of like industry secret for you guys, it's not even a secret, but when you see trainers or nutritionists pushing, or health coaches or influencers, bloggers pushing products, they're usually sponsored. Even sometimes if they don't say it, they're using affiliate links. So if you purchase using their link, they get a small commission from that. And so they have a reason and incentive to push products on you. You see this a lot with like the detox teas. Luckily Instagram banned those teas, thank God. But you still see it with like supplements, even really, really, really accredited, professional dietitians. Even some of them will really push supplements, and it's a part of their income, like pushing the supplements and the pills gets them a part of their, part of their revenue is coming from working and partnering with these companies. So just make sure if you see that they're pushing a lot of product, ask them like what their relationship is with the product. Do they get commission for promoting the product? It's just good to know. Usually they should disclose it, but a lot of times they don't. They're just like, swipe up, here you go. Oh, check this out. And they'll say like, oh, I really use this in real life, but they're being paid a lot of money typically to push these products. And so there's it's not 100% truthful. So it's not always wrong. Sometimes, there's a reason for certain supplements, and you should consult with your doctor as well with this. But it's just like an extra little, okay, I see that they're doing this. Let me just dig a little deeper and see if they're legit, or they're just like really pushing this on me for, not for my benefit, but for their pockets. You guys, this list is so long. Okay, so next, I won't make the video too long, but next, so I think anyone who can't really teach you or educate you as they're helping you, like if they're just not educating you at all on your body, that's a red flag. It might mean that they don't understand it themselves. Also, if they can't explain things in simple terms, if they're using complicated language, like when I talk to you guys about the body, I'm not saying like the super spinatus and all that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying words that I know that the common person doesn't know, even if I know them, because I'm not trying to like flex for you guys. I just want you guys to learn about your body, honestly. And if I say a bunch of words that are technical that mean nothing to you, you won't learn, and then that doesn't benefit me, it doesn't benefit you. So this is actually really common with really new trainers or like new people who are like new to the scene. They'll use a lot of fancy words. They use like certain like they'll call out muscle groups that are not like glutes, something you definitely know, but like smaller muscles, or they'll try to like flex their knowledge. That's usually a sign that they just like need more years of experience, and they're trying to appear like really intelligent or educated. All that stuff is bogus. They should be able to explain it to you like really simply and break it down and educate you about your body as they're teaching you whatever they're teaching. I also realized as I'm doing this video, I sound so critical of other people. I'm not. I want you guys to be empowered to know who to trust online and who not to. There's just like so many voices online now. I always encourage you guys, follow a variety of sources. Like don't just follow me, I know you don't, but like follow several different people that appeal to you, that teach a lifestyle that, or have a lifestyle that you want to live. And you always get your sources of information from various vetted places, not just one place. I'm not like some goddess that is perfect. I'm just calling out the things that hopefully you could help to use to figure out if you should trust, some blogger you've been following for a while with health information. Along with that, coaches who are not like undergoing continuing education, that's a problem. So every certification requires that you do courses to maintain your certification and maintain an active status with a certification. So for example, for me, I hold 2 certifications. I have to do a certain number of credits. It's like being in college per every 2 years to keep my active status. So that's usually, it's usually other courses, reading current research and taking tests to report that you understood it, or you actually did the work. That type of thing is really important. Sometimes, actually a lot of times, you'll see people will get their certifications and then they don't renew it and they say that they're still certified. It's just because they didn't want to do the continuing education. And I mean, that's really important. It's really important to like always be leveling up, like always be learning. I feel like I'm never gonna know enough about this topic. I'm really passionate about it. And also there's always new research coming out, right? Like every year, every month, there's new studies, new research to digest. And you wanna be working with someone who's like has a pulse on that. And like no one knows everything, but if they are doing their continuing education, they're like reading up on things, they're working with other really qualified individuals and learning from them, then you can be like pretty confident that they're going to, be not just giving you like a framework or a process that worked for them, but they're really using the current research and they're really educated about it. Okay, a couple other fast ones. Coaches that say there's like only one way to achieve a goal and it's their way. That's not good. There are so many ways to achieve a goal. That's why also in Petite Power, we teach intuitive eating, we teach macros, we teach different proven methods, and we have our own method as well, but there are multiple ways to get to the same path. There's no one right way, and people are different. So anyone who's like, there's only one way, it's cardio and dieting or HIIT workouts, like they don't know what they're talking about. Everyone knows, that there's multiple ways to achieve the same goal when it comes to your health. Other quick ones, any trainer or person that says like it's like high intensity everything, like all HIIT workouts, that's like coaches that don't walk their own talk or can't really show you that they're doing what they're telling you to do, I think is problematic. And then I also think coaches, I think this goes with, maybe without being said, but coaches who body shame you or use derogatory words, obviously like not cool, not cool at all. I think lastly, like the most important thing is that your values align with them and that they are not just teaching from their own personal experience. You see this a lot on Instagram and YouTube, girls saying like, here's how I lost X amount of weight. And then they say what worked for them. And it's really tempting to follow what they did. But the reality is you're a totally different person and your metabolism is in a different place and you're doing a different thing, and it might not work for you to follow what they're doing, and also it might not be healthy for you in the long term to do it either. So just making sure like they are not just giving you their own personal journey, they're also, if you're gonna take their advice, they also know what actually works for most people, or they have experience working with a huge range of people, so that they're not just giving you like, this is the only thing I've ever tried and it worked for me, so it has to work for you. Like, that's not good, right? You want someone to know why something works the way it does and why it might not work the way it should for certain individuals, whatever. I'm blabbering, but you know what I'm saying. I think lastly, if you really can't find that much about them, but you really love what they're putting out and you're like, I don't know if I should trust them, just send them a DM. Maybe start to build a relationship with them if you can, and see, you know, ask them what their background is. Usually this stuff is available online, so you don't have to do it, but you can always see if you get a response, and if, you know, you build a rapport, if maybe they can tell you more about their training. Especially if they have fewer followers, they'll respond. Obviously it's harder when an influencer has like 1 million followers to get them to reply to your DM. But especially also now with, I think, like companies like Gymshark, which I love Gymshark, companies like Women's Best, these companies, the way they scaled their businesses is by hiring athletes to represent their product, which is really smart. But I'm pretty sure very few of their athletes are actually certified. So a lot of our role models might not be in the best position to give advice. However, these are and were the videos that I still love to watch the most. So I'm not smashing them. Like, I adore those videos. I adore that content. Honestly, watching all of that content growing up, the vlogging and the lifestyle stuff is what, you know, part of why I wanted to create Smalletics, to share a healthy lifestyle with you guys. So I'm not smashing it. I'm just saying, you know, be careful, because there are a lot of people out there sharing healthy lifestyle stuff and it might not all be good for you or healthy for you. Anyways, you guys, I hope that you liked this video. I hope that it helped you kind of figure out what is a red flag when you're new to following someone or trying to figure out if you should follow their advice. Let me know in the comments what is like a red flag for you when you're following a new person, what kind of is just like, whoa, that's not legit. Let me know. I'm just curious to hear what you guys have to say, and I hope you enjoyed this video, learned something, and remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and to subscribe for more content tailored to petite women, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.